Hey y'all, what's up? It's Julie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. If you are new here, like I said, my name is Julie and I occasionally make videos about cross stitch. I say occasionally because I have been not good about posting videos the past few years. But I do make videos about cross stitch and I'm really hoping to get back into it and start posting more frequently. I have said that multiple times, but it really is a goal, and I think me posting this mid-year video is a step in that direction because I don't think I've posted a mid-year WIP parade in a few years. So maybe this is a step in the right direction to get back to posting again. I am just gonna give a very quick introduction of who I am and why my posting has been infrequent, and then we'll get straight into the cross stitch. So like I said, my name is Julie. I live in Virginia. I have my whole life, but I've lived in every part of Virginia. So I started my floss tube videos when I was 19, so that was 2020. And I was going into my second year at college. So I had a lot more time, especially because it was summer when I started. And so I was posting bi-weekly videos for a while, and then that just slowly stopped over time as I got more busy. I transferred schools twice. So I started at community college, transferred to Radford, and then transferred to James Madison University. And then I graduated in 2024. I got married the very next day after my graduation, and then I started my full-time job 2 weeks later, a week later, yeah, literally a week later. And then I got pregnant 3 months after we got married. So then I was pregnant and I was very sick, and that's why I wasn't posting. And then of course I had our baby in May of 2025, and having a baby, you just have very little time to stitch, much less film videos. And then on top of that, my husband joined the Marines in this past January. So January 2026, he went to OCS, which is Officer Candidate School. It's basically boot camp, but for people that are becoming officers. He commissioned in March, and now he's still in the next training phase. So he is a Marine now. He's a second lieutenant, but he's still training. So we moved up here to Northern Virginia because, if you don't know, Marines train in Quantico, Virginia. So we are in the area. I grew up in Southwest Virginia. Then I went to college in the middle of Virginia, and now I'm up north. So all over Virginia, but that's the only state I've ever lived in still, which will change very quickly. My husband's training ends in October, and then we will move somewhere else that won't be Virginia. So yeah, I've been very busy the past few years, and that's my excuse for not posting, but anyways, here we are. Today's video, I think I'm gonna title it WIP Parade, the plan, a fail, and new starts, because that kind of encapsulates what we're gonna talk about today. So I'm gonna go over the plan first, just because, or maybe I should start with the fail. Yeah, let's start with the fail since it has nothing to do with the plan, since it's out of the plan because I failed. This is supersized world travel bookshelf max color version by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is the chart. I love this chart, but I did not measure my fabric correctly. So that's the fail. I've already cut the fabric, so here is what I had on it. It is so pretty, and I did so much on it. This is 23,691 stitches, which is only 3.28%, but 23,000 stitches down the drain. So I noticed after I kind of got to the bottom of these pages that my fabric was not looking big enough. So I stitched almost all the way down this side, And when I got right here, there was still like 200 stitches left to go, and this is not 200 stitches of fabric, so it doesn't fit the fabric. And it didn't fit the width-wise either. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I didn't get the right size fabric like so badly. I think I actually bought this pattern in the regular size version first, and then decided that I wanted to do the supersized version, so I bought that pattern. So I'm thinking maybe I looked at the wrong pattern when I looked at the size to buy fabric. I don't know, but it didn't fit, so I cut it. I could have done like a modified version and like cut some of the pattern off, but I want to do this full piece, so this one is a fail. It's a fail, and that's okay. I'm gonna restart it one day. I'm not in a rush to though. This is gonna take me my whole life anyways, so it is what it is. But it's just so pretty though, like the hot air balloon coming in. And I had started like a new method with it where I was stitching the colors with the most stitches. So that's why there's like stitches over here and down here. But yeah, doesn't matter, it's a fail. So it is what it is. But I cut the fabric, and I've already started a new project on the leftover, which I'll show in a little bit. But yeah, that's my fail. Goodbye. Okay, anyways, so we're gonna do the plan first because then it will make sense when I talk about all my WIPs. It will just make more sense that way. So in June, so last month, I decided to do all of my pattern keeper projects to their next 5%. So like if a pattern was at 42%, I'm getting it to 45. If a pattern's at 68%, I'm getting it to 70. I think that makes sense. The next 5% mark. With just the patterns that I have in Pattern Keeper, because that tracks it for me. So I have 4 projects that are already at their goal. Like I said, I started this like middle of June, so it's been about a month. And I have 4 projects that are at their goal. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but after I finish after all my Pattern Keeper projects are at their goal, then I'm gonna start a wheel. So I have a wheel. Oh, that's an ad. We'll wait till that's gone. But I have a wheel in the Tiny Decisions app to either spin a project that I want to finish or a new start. So there are 7 projects that are things that I want to finish, and then there's 4 new starts on the wheel. So after all of my Pattern Keeper projects are at their 5% mark, then I will start using that wheel. And some of the same projects, like some of the Pattern Keeper projects are on there, and some that are not on Pattern Keeper are on there. And it doesn't necessarily mean that, how many times have I said already? I'm so out of practice of making a video. But yeah, so it doesn't necessarily mean that the project is like the closest to being finished. It just is one that I want to finish sooner rather than later. Most of them are the projects that I have like closer to a finish, but some are kind of still far off. They're just the ones that I want to finish. So, okay, the ad is finally going away. So here is the Tiny Decisions wheel. And like I said, we'll go through all of those projects. Yeah, let's start with the ones that I already have at their 5% mark. So also I've started to invest in project bags, which I'm so excited about. Look how pretty this is. I've always used the like Amazon ones that I think are like listed as teacher supplies, which work fine, but pulling this out is just so nice. It's so pretty. This and actually all of the ones I've bought except for one that I already had are from Treasure State Quilting. I'll link the Etsy shop below, but I don't really have a reason why that's their bags are the only ones that I've bought. It's just I bought like 2 from her and then I loved it, so I just keep buying her bags, but they're so nice. Anyways, so the first project that is at its 5% mark is, or next 5% mark, is a Heaven and Earth. It's Tiki Beach Sunset Story Keep version by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So a story keep is basically like a small part of a larger project. So Tiki Beach Sunset is actually like a big pattern, and this is just the story keep, like little sliver of that. So I think I started this in 2021. It has 62,400 stitches, and I've done 24,958, and it is at 40% exactly. So here it is. I love this one so much. I was doing Royal Rose on this and then decided that I didn't want to do that anymore, so I'm parking, or I did, oh my gosh, can I talk? I went ahead and worked in all of the parked threads. So here it is. I just love this one. Yeah, 40%. So this one is done for the year, unfortunately. But next year, so then my thinking is that like next year I'll get them to their next 5%. So this one will be 45% next year. That will be its goal. And sorry, I will be zipping and unzipping the bags. Okay. The next one that has hit its goal is one that you all, if you are a returning viewer, haven't seen before because it's a new start. So this is Enchanted Forest by Owl Forest Embroidery. This is what it will look like. And then this one I've gotten to exactly 5% because like I said, it was a new start, so 5% is its goal, and it's there. So here it is. So pretty. And I'm not using the Owl Forest threads that it calls for. I'm just using DMC conversion. But look how pretty that is. This fabric is, picture this plus sterling, 32 count. It's like a nice light blue color, and it's actually showing up pretty well, the color of this. So it's just like a nice light bluish grayish tone. So yeah, 5% mark on that one. Oh, this actually does have a project that I had started that you all also never saw that I'm not finishing, but it had a little start of a different project on it, which were just minis from a magazine that I had, and then I decided that I wasn't going to do that. So if the Owl Forest pattern runs into it, I'll just unpick it, but I'm not sure that it will, because we're all the way up here with the Owl Forest one, and then that was like all the way down there. I don't know if it will run into it or not, but if it does, we'll unpick it. Okay. Also, none of these are ironed. There's creases everywhere, so I apologize for that. Okay. Next one at its goal is, I think, my oldest WIP. Here's its project bag. Gorgeous. You can't see the inside fabric, but it's, let me move the paper. There we go. It's like this pink ocean scene, dolphins and stuff. I guess, yeah, just an ocean scene, but oh, look at this bag, it's gorgeous. And she like has her little tag on there. Oh, love them, love, love, love. Okay, this one is Butterflies by Stitch Rovia. Like I said, this is my oldest WIP. I started it in 2020, and yeah, sorry if you can hear my stomach growling. I have not eaten anything today. It's 8:44 in the morning. My husband took our baby out to the park and then to the grocery store so I could film this. But yeah. Anyway, so this one is at 75% exactly. Here it is. Is this the right way? No. Here it is. Oh, I didn't even show what it will look like. Well, this is what it will look like. And here it is now. So yeah, 75% on this one. And this one is on my wheel to finish once I start doing that wheel. This one is on there because I need to finish it. And I've said that I was gonna finish it like probably the past 3 years. It will get there. It's getting there. And I love it. It's super colorful and fun to work on. Okay, next one is Halloween Quaker by Lila Studio. Where is this? Here it is. This one again is the last one that's currently at its goal. Here is the bag. Super pretty. It's not like the bag isn't Halloween, but I feel like the colors are kind of go with the pattern a little bit. So yeah, this one is at exactly 40% done. If you haven't seen it before, this is what it will look like when it's finished. And here it is now. So there we go. Super pretty. I love working on this one. I'm not really a big like Halloween person, but I just really love this pattern. So yeah, the most recent thing I did was over here. So I finished those socks and the boots, and then I did all of this over here, and that got it to exactly 40%. This is the called for fabric color, but not size or like count. I think this is another project I started, I think in 2020. And so I was like, had never used linen and was too scared to try. So this is Ada, I think. And it's like probably 16 count. So this is gonna be huge, but yeah, I was too scared to try linen at the time, but it's still the called for like color. So yeah, that's that one. I don't think this one is on my finish wheel. Let me see. No, it's not. So, let's see. So yeah, that one is going away for the year as well. Next year, it will have a 45% goal. Okay. So that is all of my projects that are currently at their goal, their next 5% goal. So now we're gonna go through the ones that have not hit their goal yet. Okay. The first one is another one of my oldest WIPs, and it's my first full coverage project that I had ever started. This is on scroll frames, and I'm not taking it off, so you're not going to see the whole project. But this is what it will look like when it's finished. It's Mini Mountain Cabin by Dominic Davison, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I started this one in 2020, and I've probably said for the past 10 WIP parades, I haven't done 10, but in every WIP parade that I've ever done, that I want to finish it that year, and it's not finished. Not even really close. We'll get there one day though, we will. So yeah, maybe I'll put up a picture of this one where it was the last time you saw it. Maybe not, because I don't think I took it out of the scroll frame then either. Okay, never mind, I'm not putting up a picture, sorry. But yeah, okay. So it's in the scroll frames, it goes this way. Oh, look how pretty this is. I love this pattern so much. Like, look at these flowers and like the start of the lake. And you can't see it very well, but the top of them, oh, there's a thread. There we go. The top of the cabin and the tree line. I'm just like pointing out the whole piece. I just love it so much. And this is a mini version, which I've said in other WIP parades that I wish that I had done the regular size chart. But I think it actually looks really good. And at least in this lighting, it's looking really good. So This one is at 69.31%, so we're not far off from its 70% mark, but this one is on my wheel for a finish because I want to finish this one. So this one will come back out even after it hits its goal. Okay. And did I say that one has 75,075 stitches, and I've done 52,031. So 69.31, almost 70%. Okay, next one, we'll start with this, or we'll do this one just because it's right in front of me. This one is the Heaven and Earth stitch along for 2026. I chose, what's it called? Abundance of Fruit by, who is this by? Who was this by? I don't remember. I'll put it on the screen if I remember, but it's Abundance of Fruit, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is what the project will look like. Hold on, I can pull it up. Who's it by? Does it not say? Okay, I don't know. I'll put it on the screen, but that's what it will look like. And I have not worked on this in a long time, probably since March. And it's not very far. But here it is. Here's my little start. I put this one on scroll frames thinking that if it was on them that I would work on it more. And I haven't. But it's at 2.50%. So its goal is 5%. And obviously I'm not trying to get the like 6 pages done on this year. But I got the free, like the Amy Stewart chart that was like part of the stitch along thing. I think originally you were supposed to do 1 page and then you got the chart, but then once it started they just gave it to everyone. So yeah, I don't really care about hitting the goals anymore in terms of page finishes or finishing the pattern, obviously. But yeah, 5% is its goal, so I'll work on that soon to get it there. And I do have another wheel that on the app to spin what project I do next to get it to its goal. So yeah, this one will be 5%. And obviously like the full coverage patterns take a lot longer to get to their next percentage than non-full coverage projects, so I'll be working on that one for a few days or weeks to get to 5%. But okay, let's see, where do we go from here? Okay, this basket is where I normally keep all of my projects. They're just all over the place right now for the video, but normally they're all in this wicker basket. So let's pull from here. This one is another Stitch Rovia one that I started in 2020. It's summertime, and it is at, this one doesn't have a bag yet. It is at 74.21%. Here's what it will look like when it's finished. So yeah, its goal is just 75%, so we're not far off, and that won't take long for this one at all. But this one is on my finish wheel for the later in the year. But here's what I have. I think I worked on this one this year, actually. I feel like I finished filling in the lemonade part and then pulling this holiday box down. I could be wrong, that might have been the end of last year, but I think it was this year. But yeah, so colorful and fun, and every little like box feels like a finish. So I love that. But yeah, not far off from its 75% mark, and then it will come back out later in the year when it gets called to stitch for a finish. Okay, I should clarify, when I say like I'm using this wheel to spin either a start or a finish, I'm not stitching it till it's finished, because for some of those, like, it would just be stitching it the rest of the year. It's just things that I want to work on so that they get closer to a finish, if that makes sense. Not something I'm actually gonna sit and stitch until it's finished. Okay. next one is the one that I started recently on the cutoff fabric from the one that I failed, the World Travel Bookshelf. This is the one I started on that leftover fabric. This is Old Fashioned Country Kitchen, charted by Tilton Crafts, and the artwork is by Art Spark. So here's what it will look like when it's finished. I love this one. This is my first full coverage that's not Heaven and Earth Designs. And I have been working on this one for probably the last 2 weeks, and it's at 3.45%, so its goal is 5%. So we're over halfway to the goal. Here's what I have. This is 28 count 1/1, full cross. I love it. You can already like kind of see some details coming in, like the little pot up here on the shelf. I guess that's really the only thing you can really tell. Like the dark colors up here is the vent hood for the stove. But yeah, it's not as like confetti heavy as like any of my other full coverages, so I've been able to get a lot of stitches a lot of stitches on it pretty quickly. So I've already done 3,017 stitches out of 87,500, which again is at 3.45%. Okay, I don't think I've been saying fabric for all of them, so if you have a question about one that I didn't say, let me know. Okay, that one doesn't even have a bag at all yet. Okay, next one is a Carolyn Manning Designs pattern. Where is this at? It's Birthday Cake by Carolyn Manning. And this is the full chart, and I decided that I don't want to do the full chart, so I cut off some of it. I'll show you in Pattern Keeper. So this corner up here is what I've done, and then I'm gonna like drop this. Hold on. Okay, so this corner up here is what I've done, and then all of this that I marked off as being done is what I cut off. So in Pattern Keeper, it says it's at 45.79%, and that's the percentage that I'm gonna use, even though obviously I didn't do most of that stitching. It's still the percentage that I'm gonna use for the goals. So I do have to get this one to 50% since it's over the 45 mark. And again, that's 50% of the actual pattern, not of what I'm doing. But yeah, this is what I have. Cute little start. I love this one. I love working on it. It's so like mindless, like you don't have to think as much because it's a lot of block stitching. So I don't think it'll take too long to get to that 50% mark. But, I am using CXC threads on this one just because I had bought them like a really long time ago and then wasn't using them. So I was like, might as well use them for something. So CXC. And this is 28 count 1/1, full cross. I'm not doing tent stitch on any of my projects, so if I haven't said, it's full cross. Alright. Next one is, okay, there's 2 in this bag. So I started these like, I think on the same day or maybe like a day apart. The first one is Autumn Sampler by Sandy Orton, charted by Cooler Classic Designs. This is what the pattern will look like when it's finished. And here's my tiny, tiny little start. So yeah, it's just a little acorn. This is at 0.67%. So the goal is 5% on this one. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get all of these to their goal. I feel like a lot of them are pretty close. This one is not though. I have a lot to go on this one, over 4%, but we'll see. We'll see when I get to that finish and start wheel. It might be a while. So I've done 175 stitches out of 26,193. And I do not count back stitch in my stitch count. Not that I'm even talking about stitch count right now. I never even mentioned. I track my stitching each day on a Google sheet, which I kind of stopped doing for a little bit, but I'm back to doing it. So every day I mark down how many stitches I did and on what project, but I do not count back stitching just because I don't feel like counting it. But yeah, 175 stitches so far on this one. So long way to go for it to go. Okay, and I didn't mention either, this is one that I restarted. So I had done this on a lot bigger count, like 14 count, and I had probably like, I don't know, a good amount of the top corner done, but I didn't like the fabric, so I restarted it. This is a 20 count ivory Aida fabric. I don't know, 20 count. Okay, then the next one is Old McDonald's Farm charted by Sandy Orton. Designed by Sandy Orton, charted by Cooler Classic Designs. This is what it will look like when it's finished. I started this one because our baby, her name is June. June loved this song when she was a baby. She loved us singing it to her. And so it just reminds me of when she was a little tiny baby. She just turned 1 in May, so she's 14 months now. But yeah, that's why I started this one. It's at 3.92% and it has 655 stitches out of 16,706. And again, this one is on a 20 count white Aida. And here is my little start. So cute. I love the little birds. And I think this project will be really fun to work on. I did go ahead and do a lot of the back stitching in that little section. I like to do back stitching as I go because I don't like to back stitch, so if I wait till the end, I'll just never do it. So doing back stitch as I go. And of course, like I said, this one is at 3.92%, so its goal is 5%. So we're not far off from that goal either. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say that I will finish my goals by the end of October, and then I'll have November and December to do the finish and start wheel. That's my guess. We'll see, but because really a lot of them are not far off from their goal. Okay. Next one is, what is this? This is a Long Dog sampler. It's Legal High, right? No, this is Saga. This is Saga by Long Dog Samplers. This is what it will look like when it's finished. And I have not worked on this one in a long time. It's at 5.32%. I've done 5,534 stitches out of 103,963. So a lot of stitches to go. And since it's at 5.32%, its goal is 10%. So this one's gonna get a good amount of work actually. So here it is. Here, let me fold this better actually. I think it has a hoop mark on it. Okay, here we go. Isn't this so pretty? I had originally was just gonna do like whatever colors I felt like in the arches, like a bunch of different colors, and I did start it that way, but then it just felt like a little too overwhelming, and so I decided to switch that up, and I unpicked a few things, And now I'm just doing pinks and greens inside the arches. And I think the, where's the bag? I think the brown is 3371. No, it's actually not. It's 779 is the arch color. So love this one. Its goal is 10%. So this is like gonna get a good amount of work when it gets called. Okay. Have I missed any? No, okay. Making sure I'm telling you which ones are on the finish wheel as well. This one is not, because it is not close to a finish. Or one that I like care about deeply finishing. Okay, next one is another, this is Legal High. So this is Long Dog Sampler's Legal High. This is what it will look like when it's finished. This one I started in 2021 and it has not gotten the love it deserves. I stitched Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers in under a year, and that's like my biggest finish to date. And I loved working on that one. I worked on it all the time. And for some reason, like I just have a mental block with my other Long Dog Samplers that I started after that. I don't know why, but yeah, this one is at 9.20%, so 10% is its goal. We're not far from that, so this won't actually get that much work either. I think I did work on this year though, or at least the end of last year. I think it was end of last year. It finally got pulled back out and got some decent work on it. Because I did only have like this corner for a really, really long time. Like I think for 2 years it just sat like this. And then end of last year, maybe beginning of this year, I finally got it back out and stitched across the top and did the other side. And it's so pretty. So yeah, 5,510 stitches out of 59,866, which again is 9.20%. So this one will get to 10% this year. This is on 28 count Ada, or not Ada. I always get confused. Can 28 count even be Ada? I don't know. This is 28 count though, and it's 1/1 full cross. Okay, where did I put the bag? Maybe this. Okay, next one is another full coverage. This one is another Heaven and Earth. It is Believe by Sue Miller, so this is what it will look like when it's finished. This is one that I started originally in, I think, 2020. And then I restarted it probably 2023. Yeah, I think that sounds right. So it was originally on 18 count white fab Ada. And then I was like, this has a lot of white stitching in it. Like all of like Santa's beard and the snowman and the snow. There's a lot of white stitching in this project. And I was like, I don't really want to do that on white fabric. And I also just don't use 18 count Ada anymore. So I switched it to 28 count even weave, and this is where I'm at with this restart. And this is at 5.55%. So its goal is 10%, which is gonna take me a while. This is gonna be one that I work on probably the most to get it to its next spot. But yeah. This is 9,050 stitches out of 163,100 stitches. So yeah, 5.55%. And you can see the little, like, I think it's a little angel coming in right here. And there's a birdhouse. And of course the candy canes and a bow. I really like this one. So I'm excited to pull that back out and get it to 10%. And this one is, oh, I actually have the one that my original start in this bag. This was my original start on 18 count white Aida. It's crazy to like compare the two different sizes. So like I said, this one is 18 count and this one's 28 count. Just so much smaller. And obviously I have more done on the new start than I did. But yeah, interesting. I guess I should, let me know if anyone wants to stitch this. You'd obviously have to buy the pattern in the DMC, but if anyone wants to stitch this on 18 count Aida, let me know and I could ship this to you. I don't think there's any like stains or anything on the fabric. Oh, maybe there is. Okay, actually, yeah, there is. There's definitely like hoop marks over there, but it's full coverage, so you wouldn't see them anyways. I don't know. If you're interested and you want to stitch Believe on 18 count fabric and you want to buy the pattern and the threads, let me know and I can probably mail it to you. I would double check that I measured the fabric correctly before you start working on it, but anyways, let me know and I'll do that because it's just sitting here unused. So okay, and this one is in a project bag. Again, Treasure State Quilting. I really like this one. It has scissors on it, and then the inside fabric is flowers. But yeah, it's in this one because of the blue, because this pattern has so much blue. So that's that. Something fell. Okay. All right. Next one is another Heaven and Earth. This one is, by the way, all of my new starts that are going on that new start wheel are not full coverage patterns, so we're gonna get some more variety in my WIPs with those new starts. But this one is Hidden Harbor by Andy Russell, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This one's gonna get a good amount of work to get it to its next spot as well. And I think I'm gonna work in threads. Maybe. I don't know. Right now I'm doing Royal Rose on this. Oh, look how pretty it is. So there's a lot of park threads. This has so much confetti. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna work in the park threads or if I'm gonna keep going with Royal Rose on this one. But so pretty. It's at 11.14%. So I have to get it to 15%. So it's gonna get a lot of work as well. 15,056 stitches out of 135,150. Yeah, this one's gonna get a good amount of work when it gets pulled out. And I started this one a long time ago too. I think 2021. I had a lot of starts like in 2020 through 2022. So I'm still working through those projects, and a lot of them were big starts. This one is in a bag as well. Gorgeous. All right, we're almost there. This one is one that I started, I think like in April, so you haven't seen it before. This is, I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it on the screen, but this is the chart, and this is gonna go with, we have like a collage. It's not really a collage, but we have 2 pictures from our wedding up on our wall, and so this is gonna go over there with those pictures. And this is what I've done so far. Let me get that thread off. So I can't really read it to you because I don't have, I only have like the first half of each line done, but it's the love is patient and love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it's not arrogant. That like verse from the Bible. Or passage, I guess. And I'm gonna find a spot to like put our initials, I think. I can't remember if the pattern has that or not. But if not, I'm gonna find a spot to put our initials, or maybe our maybe like up here I could put our initials in the year that, or the date that we got married. This is on Fiber on a Whim Smoky Quartz, and it's 20 count. This one also had another random little start on it that I will pick out if necessary. But so pretty. I really like this, it's like a greenish color. Love it. So this one is on my wheel to finish, because I want to get it hung up. We only are going to be living here until like October, so it might not get hung up in this house, but maybe in the next one. Okay, next one is, what is this? Oh, okay. I have not worked on this one in years, I think probably 2022. It is Happy Harvest Scarecrow, designed by Diane Arthurs, charted by Imaginating. It's so cute, and I have a good start on this. Oh, I think we're at ones now. I think I showed you all of my Pattern Keeper patterns. Yeah, so these ones that I'm showing now are not on Pattern Keeper, so they're not getting to their next 5% because I don't have a way to track that, and I'm not doing that. So we're past our 5% goals. These are just the extras. Okay, I have a lot on this done though. Some of the back stitching is messed up, so I'll have to fix that. And I've thought about like UFOing this, but it is so much work done, and really it would not be that big of a deal to finish it. So it stays in the WIP list, and I did put it, I think, let me check. Yeah, I did put it on my wheel, my finished wheel. So it's gonna come out this year if it gets spun. Here it is. So I have like a good amount done. Let me show you against the pattern. So really it's just like the basket of pumpkins in the basket. And then it would be done. I don't know. I need to pull it back out. I really do. I need to fix some of the black work or back stitching because it's coming out, and up here too. But yeah, I am gonna get back to this. I'm gonna finish it one day. It is on 14 count natural Aida. There's the tag for the fabric. I don't know, it's from 123 Stitch. Yeah, so it's a lot bigger than it would be on a different fabric, obviously, but I don't use 14 count anymore, so yeah. Okay, I think another mental block with it though is that I don't enjoy working on things that are not in Pattern Keeper. I don't like working off of paper patterns, so I think that's another reason why this one has just been neglected. But it's coming back out this year. Okay. Next one is, did I start this one this year or last year? I think it was last year. I think you've seen this one from me. This is Northern Expressions Needleworks Twisted Christmas Sampler. This one has a lot of specialty stitches and beads. I think there's a version that's just cross stitch though, but I have the one that has the specialty stitches and beads. And here is my start. I love this one. I did already start putting the beads on. I don't know if you can tell, but like the gold there is beads, and then there's also beads in the white. There they are. And then also up here. So I did start putting the beads in as I'm going because I just couldn't wait. It's so nice. It looks so good. I love this one. This is on, do I have the name of the fabric? Yes. This is on 32 count raw natural linen Belfast from 123 Stitch. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Is that the called for fabric? There isn't really a called for fabric. It just says I suggest a neutral color. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I don't think that one's gonna come back out this year though, because I don't have it on my finish or start wheel, and then like I said, it's not in Pattern Keeper, so I'm not getting it to its next 5% mark. So I don't think that one's gonna come back out this year. All right, this is the last WIP, and then I have one that I think I'm gonna UFO that I'll show, and then I'll show you the new starts that are gonna be on the new start wheel. So this is our last active work in progress. And by active, I mean I haven't UFO'd it. I probably haven't worked on this one in probably 2 years. This is Dreaming of Mums by Rosewood Manor. It's gorgeous. I started this one in 2020, I think. So there's a couple things that are holding me up from working on this. Paper pattern, and then this fabric. Oh, it's upside down. So here's what I have done on it. It's actually a good amount, I feel like. But I don't love the fabric, and I don't love working off the paper pattern. And I also I don't know what happened, but I was doing the back stitching, or like the words, in black, and they're charted in like a green color. I don't know why I did that. I did notice probably like, I don't know, this much into it, but then I was like, I don't feel like unpicking it, so I'm just gonna do it in black. But I think it would look better in green, like it's charted. I don't know. I don't know when we're gonna get back to this one. It is not on my finish wheel. I don't know, maybe I should restart it on a fabric that I will like better. This is, let's see if I have the tag. This is 18 count Sand Ada from 123 Stitch. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll restart it. I don't know yet. But for now, it's staying in my WIP list. Because I do really like the pattern. Okay, that is all of my active WIPs. This is the one that I think I'm gonna UFO, and it's actually more so like, I guess, embroidery. It's specialty stitches. It's not really cross stitch. There's a couple of like areas where there's cross stitch, but this is Croft Gardens by Winding Stitches. It was from Etsy, and I don't think that her shop exists anymore, so you can't get this. I don't even have a picture of the full pattern, but here it is. It's so pretty. There's so many specialty stitches, but I think I'm gonna UFO it. I think I am gonna UFO this. Oh, look at the colors though. I don't know, you guys. It's so pretty. But I just have not worked on it in so long, and I don't have any desire to work on it. I'm not gonna like throw it away, but, or I don't know. I don't know yet. It's gonna stay with my stuff, and we'll see. But right now, it's in timeout at least. At the least, it's in timeout. I was also going to this one. I am not gonna finish this project, and I already said this in my WIP Parade, I think, and I think that somebody commented. I will try to go back and find it, but if that was you, let me know. This is a Country Cottage Needleworks pattern, Let Us Rejoice. And I started it on this blue Ada. I think this is like 14 count from Michaels. And I'm not gonna finish it. So I think somebody commented on that WIP Parade that they were interested in it. If I can't find that comment, you're welcome to comment below. Anybody, comment below if you want me to send this to you. I'll send you the chart and the start that I have, so you would just need the DMC. Let me know, and I will do that because it's just sitting here. So someone else can work on it if you want. Okay. All right, and then the new starts that are going to be on my new start wheel are, there's a few. So we have, there's 4. So there's Winter Rests by Blueberry Ridge Design. So cute. And this is the fabric that I have for that. So that's one of them. And then I also have Autumn Gathers by Blueberry Ridge Designs. That's gonna be on this fabric. And then I have this one, which is Christmas Sampler by Crochetta A Go-Go. I don't know if I said that right, but it's this gorgeous sampler. And I have the fabric here. And then the 4th one, I don't actually have with me yet, but it's this one. I think it's called Secluded Chapel. It's by Al Forest Embroidery. I got the kit, so I'm waiting on it to come. It was expensive, but it's on the way. So that's that one. So those are my 4 starts. They'll be on the wheel with the ones that I said are on the finish wheel as well. So after I get all of these Pattern Keeper projects to their next 5%, then I will start spinning that wheel, which I am guessing will be like November. So we'll see. But yeah, that is everything that I have to show today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you'll see my next video. I'm really gonna try to do at least a monthly video from here to give you my updates on this plan that I have created. So yeah, that's my goal. I should be back hopefully for like an August update is what I'll say. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.